guys, it's me, Cold Ice, and I have a lot to say about this whole issue of the fandom going like exploding, because I am too. See, I don't usually explode on these topics, but it's kind of obvious that something is happening that Dan and Phil are planning to do. So let's start of what's happening, honestly. And it's kind of obvious what's happening because people have been noticing. So Dan and Phil Games are their platform with Dan and Phil. It's not Dan is not on fire slash Daniel Howell. It's not Phil Lester, Amazing Phil. It's both of them combined. They started this YouTube channel about 4 or 5, I'm not sure, years ago. Ever since they've been doing gaming videos, and started Dan vs. Phil right when it started. Throughout these times with the gaming channel, a lot of things have been changing, such as, yeah, they're aging up Dill and all of them, right? The family. And we kind of saw that coming because they've been doing the Sim series for a while now, a few years, and it's kind of obvious that they had to age them up. They've been aging them up, but it's going to be kind of a closure because they're going to do Dilmas, but also are they going to do something to cause that series to end? I have no idea. It starts tomorrow, so I don't know. Another thing, I kind of noticed that they've been uploading more on the gaming channel, but I guess they're taking a break, even though they are going to post Dilmas. I guess that since Dan versus Phil kind of ended, it kind of started a little thing called What Is Happening. We don't want to assume too much, but at the same time, Golf with Friends ended their series. And that was actually a popular series too. They did a live show, Dan did a live show today, and basically at the end he said that Pinof 10 was the last Pinof, and kind of slip it, he didn't really explain why, he just said it. I'll show you a clip right now.
To recap, whilst it is incredibly dramatic that it happened to be the last Phil Is Not on Fire and we're taking a break from the gaming channel, that's it.
I don't know what's going on. And Tyler actually collabed with Phil 3 years back, and I'm not sure if this connects or not, but Phil did tell him a secret about himself, so I don't think it's about the situation. I thought it was until I rewatched the video. And then I went to look at the tweet Tyler did post, and I'll put it on the screen right now. He did say that he just came from London, and he has so many things to tell, show us, but he can't yet until spring 2019. And London, why would he have a surprise just for what he's gonna do, only him? There has to be kind of a connection with Dan and Phil because they're in London and he did visit them, but that is this year. And it couldn't be about the tour because they did release their tour dates 2017 and their tour, so it couldn't just be the tour. It had to be something connected to Dan and Phil. I think that's his only really friends in London. So I have no idea what's happening. People have been saying I kind of believe this theory that maybe they're starting something new, and I would believe that because Dan has been more saying, oh yeah, I don't want to just be a YouTuber, I want to be spread out a little bit, I think that's what he said. I'm not sure. And Phil's kind of more, how do I say this? He's kind of expressing himself more and wanting to be himself more and not just a character on YouTube. And I feel like Dan and Phil have been doing this for this year and last year. They have been growing from these characters. So I have no idea what's going on. And right now I'm gonna pop out some video Instagram stories and all of these things from my fellow friends on Instagram.
Don't mind me looking absolutely disgusting right now, but I just want to further go into my conspiracy because I truly believe it, and it kind of scares me because if it's not real, then it's gonna look stupid, but I'm gonna say it. Basically, okay, well, read my conspiracy from the messages that I posted first, so it makes more sense because I don't know how to talk. But so basically it's all about how they just had a tour and giving the people what they want was the theme of. Okay, sorry if I go all Shane Dawson on this, but it's just I assume everyone watching this is a fan of Dan and Phil, and we all know how this fandom is. It's the craziest fandom I've ever. So it's basically, just all about what has happened this year. This year has been insane, and it's just so different, and 2012 Dan and Phil could never, okay? So they went on tour this year, and the theme of that tour was giving the people what they want. and giving their audience, which they know, we know, everyone knows, that are completely insane. And so giving the control to the audience, so giving that kind of control to this particular audience is so out of their comfort zone and so different for us. And like just this whole year, they've been more open, living my truth, you know, all this stuff has been. That was just kind of like backstory and like evidence for my conspiracy. I can't talk, I'm sorry. But basically this year has kind of felt like it was being wrapped up. Like this, everything is coming to a close. Which I know is super scary. It's scary for me too. But it does feel like that. And with today, with wrapping up Dan versus Phil, that's a big series in their gaming channel. Like that's like the backbone of Dan and Phil game. So you know, just like those major things this year, and then continuing Dan and Phil games, and continuing Dan versus Phil, which just ended. What else is very, very, very relevant in Dan and Phil games? The Sims. So, The Sims, the series we all know and love. I think it's gonna die. So basically, like, Dill and Tabitha just aged up. Everyone has aged up. It's moving on. It's moving on. Everyone's aged up. Dill and Tabitha are old now. Probably gonna die. They still have children though, which is what I was thinking. And then, like, you still think, like, oh, they still have so many more episodes to go. Like, they might die, but they still have the children. Well, basically, I think, like, they're gonna wrap it up this year because, like, you know, it's the new year coming up. So, but you would think, like, oh, The Sims, you know, like, that's a big one. They're not gonna end it without ending The Sims. But we still have so many episodes. You know, like, we still have so many episodes left in The Sims. They're not gonna end it now. Like, what? But you know what they're doing this month? Dillmas. I think it's all gonna end during Dillmas. When they wrap up, my conspiracy is that The Sims is going to end during Dillmas. Dill and Tabitha are gonna die. Dab and Evan get their wedding. I didn't even think about that until now. But it's all gonna be wrapped up and it's gonna be a happy ending. And then maybe going into the new year, I don't think. See, I'm being reasonable. I'm not going to be like, everything's ending, like, no more Dan and Phil. I think maybe they're moving on to something else. Maybe something more with, like, the radio. Maybe something, I don't know. We're going to have to see. So, yeah, I'm not being like, everything's dying, okay? Like, I'm just saying, we're moving on to a new chapter, okay? We're living our truth. Everything's fine. It's just different, okay? And that's what the new year is all about. So that was my conspiracy. You can take it in, wire it through your brain. That's what I've been doing. I've been like screaming in my kitchen for like the past hour. So yeah, I'm sorry. And if you want to DM me and be like, hey, you're stupid, your conspiracy's stupid, you're ugly, you look like a teenage boy, you can do that. Because I'm open to more opinions, and I also do believe I look like a fact. Okay. Oh, also, something that I wanted to include, but I kind of thought was a sort of a stretch and that people wouldn't really believe it as much if I told you. So here, I'll just tell you in the next one. Do you remember when Tyler Oakley went to Dan and Phil's house, and in Phil's collab with Tyler, Phil told Tyler something that he couldn't mention in the video, but it was like a secret, but he censored it out. And then right after that, Tyler tweeted that he just came back from London and that he had a secret that he couldn't tell us until spring of 2019, which is next year. Maybe that's when maybe spring of 2019 is when this whole thing will come out and unravel. I don't know. It was kind of a stretch to me too, so don't take it so seriously. We're gonna have to see. I don't know. Oh, also something that's worth mentioning. Pinof 10 just happened. That's a milestone. That's like a perfect time to end things. I hate that this makes sense. I'm so sorry. I don't. Also, just think about it. They're getting older. Phil's about to turn 32 years old. Everything's ending. And I'm sorry to say it, but it will happen. And it is going to happen. Maybe sooner than we think.
I have no idea what's gonna come next, guys, but I know everybody's freaking out, but I don't think they're gonna quit. I don't think they're gonna quit. I just feel like the most harmful thing right now is that a lot of things are ending, but a lot of things are gonna come, and I just don't know how to react to it. You know, I just don't want them to quit, but I don't think they're gonna quit either. You know. And second, they're taking a break from the gaming channel after ending the series and after Domus. So after this year, a lot is gonna happen. I feel like they're gonna release it in January, and we also have Phil's birthday in January. Like, it's gonna be a lot next year. I feel like next year is the time where everything's gonna pop out. I feel like 2018 was kind of them saying, hey, a lot of things are gonna happen. We gave the people what they want after the tour. The tour was a big thing because that caused them to be more themselves. There's a lot that's gonna happen, and I just feel like we should all calm down and kind of observe what they're doing and not freak out too much. Yeah, like, we can cry over, like, yeah, we lost a lot throughout these years, and like, we're losing things and we're scared that we're gonna lose them, but they did say themselves that they weren't gonna leave. So let's see what happens, and I just feel like, just comment down below, just put your guys' opinions out there, and just let's see what happens next, because we don't know yet. And by the way, Domus is tomorrow, depending what time you watch this, and I'll make an update video if I know anything, but I just feel like a new era is coming next, like an area, I don't know. But love you guys all.